I want to talk about the encounter that Baker Mayfield had with his former coach Hugh Jackson. We all know Hugh Jackson got fired from the Cleveland Browns about 3 weeks ago. And I stated when I made a video that he deserved to get fired because he didn't get the job done. He didn't win enough games. All that being said, now he's in. I think he's an offensive coordinator or some type of coordinator with Cincinnati Bengals. So now, after the game, after the Cleveland Browns beat the Cincinnati Bengals, Hugh Jackson tried to go shake his former quarterback Baker Mayfield's hand, who he had praise for when they drafted him, and before they drafted him, how he thought Baker Mayfield would be a great leader and all this stuff, and who praised Baker Mayfield after he got fired with Cleveland. So he took the high road. He was a professional. Did he speak the truth about Baker Mayfield? Before the draft and after he got fired from Cleveland, I believe he did. I believe he was speaking the truth. But he gave Baker Mayfield a handshake, and Baker Mayfield kind of gave him the cold shoulder and then had something to say in the press conference. But I want to hear. I got it off of I watched it on Undisputed because I didn't see the press conference from the Cincinnati and Cleveland game. I did look at the game, but and Cleveland played a very good game. Baker Mayfield was great in the game. Like I said, Baker Mayfield is playing great right now. He may look like he's on the road to being, the Cleveland Browns franchise quarterback, but we'll see in time because we know how how quarterbacks have not panned out in Cleveland over the last 20 years. So let's see what Stephen A. and not Stephen A. Shannon Sharp and Skip has to say about it.
Angles an advantage, and he was right. Baker had a career-high 4 touchdown passes, and the Browns won their first road game since 2015. After the game,
and that's telling right there. That tells you how bad the Cleveland Browns have been. That's their first road game since 2015, man. That's 3 years ago. That's been 3 years. Like I said, Hugh Jackson deserved to be fired, but he walked into a culture of losing over the last 15 years. I think I did a video about Cleveland Browns about 3 or 4 months ago, and I think they only won like 15 games over the last 10, 12 years, which is profoundly underachieving to say the least. I'm surprised they still have fans. The Cleveland Brown fans are very loyal.
Jackson sought out his former quarterback but got a chilly response. Baker explained himself after the game. Take a listen.
He said, "Good job, good game." Yeah, that was brief. I didn't feel like talking.
You or him?
Me.
Why not?
I don't know. Left Cleveland, goes down to Cincinnati. I don't know. That's just somebody that was in our locker room asking for us to play for him and then goes to a different team.
Now, see, this is why I say Baker Mayfield was wrong in this sense. Now, he said in that interview that Hugh Jackson left Cincinnati and left Cleveland and went down to Cincinnati. No, he got fired from Cleveland, Mr. Baker Mayfield. So he seeked out another job. That's what coaches do. When players get traded to another team, guess what? They end up in another locker room. And they give information on team. If you happen to play the team that they left, guess what? They're in the coaches' meetings giving them, whether they're on defense or offense, they giving information of habits and plays and all that stuff. Everybody does it. They get fired or traded or whatever. So what? You just thought he wasn't supposed to go get a job? Is that the point? Because the man have a right to go in any locker room that offers him a job because he's in the business of being. He's a coach, so that's his profession. So it's not like he up and just left Cleveland and said, "I'm out of here." No, the man got fired, so he seeked employment somewhere else. So Baker Mayfield, you was just in your feelings about that and totally wrong, totally out of pocket. Yes, you played a great game yesterday. Phenomenal game. You know what I'm saying? And I said Baker Mayfield is looking the best out of all the rookie quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? He has come along better than all the rookie quarterbacks. But Baker Mayfield, you just need to concentrate on just being, working on being a quarterback and work on your progression and work on your the Cleveland Browns franchise and making them a prominent winner, because they haven't been a winner in a long time. And you said before the draft you can go down there and change the culture. So let's hope you change the culture. Have all your energy go towards that, not Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson is gone. Hugh Jackson is no longer he's no longer your head coach. He's no longer in your locker room. So you should just move on and just work on being a better quarterback and continue doing what you're doing. Keep on making steps, because like I said, he's playing very well for the Browns, for the Cleveland Browns, and let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can bring the Browns out of the darkness.
Play twice a year. Everybody can have their spin on it, but that's how I feel.
Shannon.
Oh.
Did you like how Baker handled this?
no.
We will get to Skip. What did you think first?
Oh, no, I didn't like it.
Let me-
Texas Tech.
It was starting
You just didn't quit. He got Baker Mayfield. What did Baker Mayfield?
Great point, Shannon. He didn't quit. He got fired, man. The man was asked to leave the building. He was given his walking papers. He was asked to leave. So he's going to go get a job somewhere else, because he even stated when he was doing his press conference, his presser going around First Take and all that stuff, and he ended up, I think he was on Undisputed. I think he was. Maybe he wasn't, but I know he was on First Take. And he stated on there he's going to continue coaching. So this is a process of continued coaching. He said he's going to go back to his roots. He's going to take this experience he had from the Browns of not, performing well, and he's going to build himself back up. So this is the process of him building himself back up.
You transferred and went to Oklahoma.
Well, he didn't get fired at
It
Texas
wasn't,
Tech.
yeah.
He left on his own. Oh, yeah.
You act like they're playing like...
And Shannon Sharp had a great quote there. He said, Baker Mayfield, you was at one school and then you went to another school in the same conference. So, and look, just like Hugh Jackson went to a team in the same conference. And it is what it is, man. People get fired, they move on, they continue their career. And like I said, I just think Baker Mayfield was just over the top. I mean, man, the man came in and gave you a handshake, and you give him the cold shoulder. It's not like he and we'll see.
Softball against each
He's acting like you.
By the way, Baker is vicious softball.
And he acts like you just say, you know what, I'm up out of here. Y'all not winning. I'm going to go join my old friend Marvin Lewis in Cincinnati. Skip, this is what I don't understand. You hate smugness. You hate cavalierness from Aaron Rodgers, but you love it now. You tell me all the time when I say, Skip, this is how I would have done it. You say you have that luxury because you play tight end. You're not asked to. You're not asked to be CEO.
Don't
like
tell Jenny. Tell me.
I'm talking to you.
I just think Baker Mayfield should just took the handshake and just moved on. Just move on, man. I mean, you don't have to come in your press. To me, you're bothered by the fact that, I know Shannon and brought this up, that Hugh Jackson did not give you the starting job in the beginning of the season. This is what this is all coming to. It's not the fact that Hugh Jackson went to Cincinnati. It's just the fact that, Baker Mayfield thought he was the better quarterback between him and Tyrod Taylor, and he wanted to be the starting quarterback. So I remember on Hard Knocks, Hugh Jackson brought him in the office and said, you are the second string, which that was weird to tell a man he was second string. But, hey, on TV like that. But that's how he did it. And, Baker Mayfield has been salty ever since then. But see, you could have said that back then when the man was asked in the building. You either could have had a private meeting, or you could have came out in media and said, hey, I believe I'm the better quarterback between me and Tyrod Taylor. I should be the starting quarterback. You could have said it then, but no, you waited for the man to leave the building like boys do. See, that's that's why you a boy and not yet a man, because a man goes to another man and air out his grievances, and either y'all come to a conclusion to agree or disagree. You know what I'm saying? Or agree to disagree. But no, you waited till the man left the building. Now you want to, in the media, after the man showed you a congratulations handshake after you beat his team that he's on now, you come out in the media and say, well, I wasn't feeling him. I didn't want to talk. See, that's what boys do. See, you in the process of becoming a man. You're not a man yet, but you in the process of becoming a man. Right now, you're a young man. So, as time goes on, you remove the young tag and you become a man. But that's what I wanted to comments. But I believe Baker Mayfield handled it wrong. I just take the handshake and move on, man. I'm out.